Ansari reports on this story.
As the government now moves to take action against those accused of funding protests, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen has termed Wednesday's protests as an attempted coup. The CS says the motive of the financiers of the protests was to forcibly seize power through a coup.
So this is nothing to do with protests. This is nothing to do with freedom of expression. It was an unconstitutional attempt to change the regime of this republic, and this is therefore yesterday what the police did to foil was they were able to foil an attempted coup.
The CS claims those who funded the protests are people who are targeting to instill fear to members of parliament who do not support their political ideologies. He says the organizers targeted the businesses and homes of elected leaders who support government, pointing out the homes of MPs Kimani Ichung'wah, Kimani Kuria, Eric Wamumbi, Njoroge Wainaina and Bernard Muriuki.
It was deliberate, it was coordinated, it was funded, and it was premeditated and politically instigated. The mobilized protesters, especially along Kiambu and Thika Road, were chanting it's time to take out power and occupy State House. The massive looting had a clear motive to cause fear and target properties of politicians and civilians allied to government and innocent civilians who were just going about their business.
CS Murkomen, speaking tough, described the protests as an unconstitutional attempt to change the Kenya Kwanza regime. Among the installations he says were targeted are Parliament and State House.
It is now clear that there was no protest, it was chaos, anarchy. Parliament was being targeted and State House was being targeted. Those who planned this chaos had a very premeditated plan.
Accusing a section of the political class, the CS said the protests were not spontaneous or random, but are deliberate, coordinated, funded and premeditated and politically instigated.
Is this the precursor to the recently promised Christmas party?
He says the investigations into the matter has already been launched, including retrieving footage of vehicles believed to have had lots of money to bring protesters into the central business district.
I managed to see some of those videos and cameras that have picked some of these criminals, and I have no doubt that we have enough evidence.
Some of the hired protesters, he says, were ferried from the counties of Murang'a, Kirinyaga and Nyeri.
That orchestrating violence will help them negotiate a better passage from their current political challenges. So we know them, and Kenyans know them, and I have no doubt they will start running around the country with their propaganda, the usual. Oh, we are being targeted, our cousins are being targeted.
CS Murkomen vowed that his ministry would not relent in apprehending the organizers and financiers of the protests. Joash Onsare, TV 47, Nairobi.